The highest reward for a person's toil is not what they get for it, but what they become by it. There is hardly anything in the world that some man cannot make a little worse and sell a little cheaper, and the people who consider price only are this man's lawful prey. Quality is never an accident. It is always the result of intelligent effort. What we think or what we know or what we believe is in the end of little consequence. The only thing of consequence is what we do. Nature is painting for us, day after day, pictures of infinite beauty. No individual raindrop ever considers itself responsible for the flood. Kind hearts are the garden, kind thoughts are the roots, kind words are the blossoms, kind deeds are the fruit. The greatest reward is not what we receive for our labor, but what we become by it. When love and skill work together, expect a masterpiece. People are eternally divided into two classes, the believer, builder, and praiser, and the unbeliever, destroyer and critic. Better a child should be ignorant of 1,000 truths than have consecrated in its heart a single lie. It is far more difficult to be simple than to be complicated. One can't be angry when one looks at a penguin. Sunshine is delicious, rain is refreshing, wind braces us up, snow is exhilarating. There is really no such thing as bad weather, only different kinds of good weather. The true end of education is not only to make the young learned, but to make them love learning. The best things in life aren't things. It is far better to give work that is above a person than to educate the person to be above their work. The question is not what man can scorn or disparage or find fault with, but what he can love and value and appreciate. I believe the first test of a truly great man is in his humility. It is advisable that a person know at least 3 things: where they are, where they are going, and what they had best do under the circumstances. In general, pride is at the bottom of all great mistakes. The best work never was, and never will be done for money. If you want knowledge, you must toil for it. If food, you must toil for it. And if pleasure, you must toil for it. Toil is the law. It is better to lose your pride with someone you love, rather than to lose that someone you love with your useless pride. To be able to ask a question clearly is 2/3 of the way to getting it answered. A thing is worth what it can do for you, not what you choose to pay for it. We were not sent into this world to do anything into which we cannot put our hearts. The Bible is the one book to which any thoughtful man may go, with any honest question of life or destiny, and find the answer of God by honest searching. Life being very short, and the quiet hours of it few, we ought to waste none of them in reading valueless books. One of the worst diseases to which the human creature is liable is its disease of thinking. Fine art is that in which the hand, the head, and the heart of men go together. When a man is wrapped up in himself, he makes a pretty small package. Do not think of your faults, still less of others' faults. Look for what is good and strong, and try to imitate it. Your faults will drop off, like dead leaves, when their time comes. At every moment of our lives, we should be trying to find out, not in what we differ with other people, but in what we agree with them. Endurance is nobler than strength, and patience than beauty. To make your children capable of honesty is the beginning of education. Fit yourself for the best society, and then, never enter it. Imperfection is in some sort essential to all that we know in life. Living without an aim is like sailing without a compass. Nothing can be beautiful which is not true. In every person who comes near you, look for what is good and strong. Hundreds of people can talk, for one who can think. Books are divided into two classes, the books of the hour and the books of all time. The path of a good woman is indeed strewn with flowers, but they rise behind her steps, not before them. He who can take no interest in what is small will take false interest in what is great. A little group of wise hearts is better than a wilderness full of fools. The essence of lying is in deception, not in words. One of the prevailing sources of misery and crime is in the generally accepted assumption that because things have been wrong a long time, it is impossible they will ever be right. To banish imperfection is to destroy expression, to check exertion, to paralyze vitality. When God shuts a door, He opens a window. The purest and most thoughtful minds are those which love color the most. There is nothing so small but that we may honor God by asking His guidance of it, or insult Him by taking it into our own hands. God gives us always strength enough and sense enough for what He wants us to do. If we either tire ourselves or puzzle ourselves, it is our own fault. Let every dawn be to you as the beginning of life, and every setting sun be to you as its close. Curiosity is a gift, a capacity of pleasure in knowing, which if you destroy, you make yourself cold and dull. Know thyself, for through thyself, only thou can know God. He who has truth at his heart need never fear the want of persuasion on his tongue. The training which makes men happiest in themselves also makes them most serviceable to others. Man's only true happiness is to live in hope of something to be won by him. Order and system are nobler things than power. The plea of ignorance will never take away our responsibilities. Mighty of heart, mighty of mind, magnanimous to be, this is indeed to be great in life. It takes a great deal of living to get a little deal of learning. Pleasure comes through toil, and not by self-indulgence and indolence. When one gets to love work, his life is a happy one. The imagination is never governed, it is always the ruling and divine power. Hope, the recognition, by true foresight, of better things to be reached hereafter. Thanks for watching. Which quote did you enjoy the most? Please share your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.